Okay, YouTube, we're back.
Yeah.
Make sure I got everything. Du-du-du-du-du. Du-du-du-du. So, last time on D&D, the Wayfarers, our adventuring party, started their travel to Corridor, this archipelago off the mainland that is surrounded by a dead zone. A few days into your trip, you were attacked by sea monsters, these crawfish-like monstrosities, in addition to a dragon turtle who Kate pissed off. With the ship, the crew, the captain, all dead. They found help from an unlikely ally, Ezereth, a Psi warrior similar to Amar, who left you stranded for a day while he goes and gets his ship. And that's where we left off, and as a result, the party is now level 10. So, the party just spent the next few hours rummaging through the remains of the ship, but the remainder of the day is yours. So, what would you guys like to do?
I mean,
Anybody want to play Go Fish?
we're stranded. Is there any
The other
food?
guy's coming to help.
Well, I say we could wait a day, and then if he doesn't show up, we head in the direction he came from.
Seems
But
like
where's
an alright
that?
plan.
And how would we head to them safely?
I don't think there is a safely option here. We're in a small rowboat in the middle of the ocean.
I guess a member of our party looks at Tyrion, could turn into a dolphin and pull the boat so we could get somewhere faster if we had to.
Oh, right. Jump into the water where there was terrifying crawfish creatures and a dragon turtle. Right, 100% safe. Why don't I turn you into the dolphin and you swim?
That would be a smarter idea. If only because if you get hurt as a dolphin, then you wouldn't have to risk turning into a regular person again.
Right.
Or Kate could just turn you into a dolphin, Syrian.
I don't want to go into the water with a dragon turtle that used to live here.
Even then, we don't know. But we don't know if he's not going to come back yet. So let's just focus on the positive. He said he would be back to rescue us soon.
Within a day. So we wait a day. If nothing happens, we leave.
Seems like a solid enough plan to me.
In the meantime, what do we do?
Well,
Hope that
Kinda
more sea
wait.
creatures.
Is there
don't
food
find this rock.
on the ship? And I'm trying to look around for not crawfish meat.
Kate got the
pull
food
it.
off the ship.
I pull out a bunch of food from my bag of holding. I rummaged through and got a bunch of food from the boat already.
And
You,
then
you
I-
just see Kate pull out barrel after barrel filled
Oh,
with 2-day-old cabbages and
2-day-old. Okay.
some dried salted meat.
I immediately start digging into the salted meats.
Wait,
Okay.
safety sound, and then I went to the salted.
Yeah, it has a little bit of a spice, a little bit of a kind of like a jerky texture to it.
Yeah.
But you know, it's edible.
It's edible.
I've
is
certainly
there-
had worse food.
Is there enough resources to make a fishing rod? Would there be enough resources to make a fishing rod? Or do
Are you
we have
asking
a
me?
fishing rod?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm asking you, Francis.
I would say yeah, with the wire from, or yeah, with the wires from the boat itself, I'm pretty sure you can make a makeshift fishing rod.
Then I'm going to make a makeshift fishing rod and take some of the salted meat as bait.
Sounds good. Make a survival check,
Oh boy.
because this is crafting.
You know, could I just persuade the fishing rod to construct itself?
Hmm.
No, I'll make a survival check.
It's a mimic. Yeah.
Perfect. It eats me. It's fine. 15.
15. I'll say yeah. It takes you the better part of an hour to craft a fishing rod. Yeah, then they're not the most complicated things in the world to make. So
Yeah. Alright. Nope. I don't want to just keep eating salted meats or anything like that. Besides, let's see if I can get anything. Like, throw out the fishing line.
okay,
Reach and hook.
make an athletics check for me, please.
While Syrian's been making the
Yes.
fishing rod, I'll just start a long rest, and whenever the short rest is done, let me know.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be a
athletics or perception, whatever you think is, whichever's higher.
Well, my perception is one higher than my athletics.
Okay.
So it turns the 7 I rolled from a 9 to a 10.
Nice. So you cast your hook and bait out into the ocean. And a few moments pass. All of a sudden, you feel you see the fishing line just tug to the right a little bit.
And I begin pulling it in.
You begin pulling it in. Okay.
Alright.
Make a strength check.
Why are you bullying me?
Because you're competing against the fish.
Oh my god, a fish doesn't have a better strength than me.
Hold on, I need to look up the strength of the
What if you
fish.
pull in another giant crawfish?
If I do that, I'm gonna cry.
You know, I can see that happening.
Shut up. I don't want ideas. The DM is listening. Wait, I'm fighting a crawfish. No, I'm fighting a fish. I need to have the proper thing up. All right then. I'm fighting it, which means it's time I pull out the swole squad. Let's go. We're pulling in the swollenness.
Do it.
It's basically a grapple check. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's your strength versus its dexterity.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
All right, I rolled my strength check.
Okay. 15? Oh, okay, okay.
I have a
You-
-1 to it.
Okay, so it's pretty even. You're trying to fight alongside it. It's make another one.
Syrian, let me give you a hand, and I'll
You're
also...
doing your short rest, buddy. You're asleep.
I'm not asleep. I'm just sitting. If you want me to
You're
help,
short
I can.
resting, which means
Yeah.
you're sleeping. So, how that works?
Well, your short rest is this would break your short rest, is what I'm trying to say.
Fair enough. Then I'll stop.
Okay.
9.
9. Okay. You manage to reel it in a little bit closer. And as you pull back, there's a small fish that lands on the side of the ruined boat that you are standing on. It's roughly roughly a little over 1.5 feet long.
I take out my rapier, and I stab it,
Ah!
and then I pick it up. All right then. Nope. Kate, I have fresh fish.
I don't like fish, so have fun with that one.
All right, fine. You have any fire that we can cook this with?
You want to make a fire on a rowboat. What
And
could
just-
go wrong?
Yeah, a lot of things actually. I have no way
We
of
could-
cooking this.
We could set the driftwood on fire in the water.
That would require one of us to be in the water with the driftwood, or actually have it nearby but not catch our shit on fire.
I would say during this conversation, Amar, you, along with anybody else who was resting for the hour, can gain the benefits of a short rest.
We
Are you guys just gonna like stay in place for the rest of the day?
You guys want to play a game?
What
Do
game do we
something to
want
pass
to
the
play?
time?
Okay.
Anything but I Spy. Just because I Spy would be kind of dull right now. I Spy with my little eyes, something blue. Ocean. It's all ocean. Next.
Wait, how about the alphabet game?
Yeah, only one thing. Oh, for ocean.
Oh, it can be anything you think of, like dragons, sea monsters, crawfish for the sea. There you go.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll start us up. A for apparition.
B for boat.
C for Syrian.
Okay.
Alright. Wait, I think the game goes so I start, and then once shit. I forgot Matt's character's name. I'm so sorry.
Syrian.
Syrian. Oh my god, brain for it. When I go, and then when Syrian goes, you have to recall what I say, and then you say what you say. So for example, if I was you, I'll be apparition boat. And then once Libby goes apparition boat crawfish. So you need to repeat the previous things that people say. So it becomes harder and harder because it goes with the alphabet. Does that make sense?
Which alphabet are we basing this off of?
The English.
The common language. Okay.
The common
my
language.
Hey, we could base it off of the goblin alphabet.
We could base it off the infernal alphabet. Anyone want to
Tell me,
speak
what-
demon?
What exactly? How does the demon infernal alphabet work?
Well, it sounds like you're about to summon some sort of creature in the process of doing it, basically.
So
Well, unfortunately, I'm incapable of summoning a creature, so I would imagine I lose by default.
Speaking of summoning a creature, did you call on that guy to help us? Because I know you guys were in the same organization. I guess you know him somehow.
The
guy who
man
rescued
that
us.
I've never seen him before in my life.
Well, you guys have similar powers, and he moved the rock thing. So you guys must be a part of the same group somehow, at least.
is he like a senior
You-
member?
There's other clerics besides you in the Temple of the Raven Queen. Do you know them all?
No, but
Well, I understand.
I
get what you're
see.
saying. No, I've never seen him before. He might be someone who's unique to this timeline. All the other psionic warriors, like myself, are as much, if not more, blunt or egotistical as I am. well, blunt as me. The ego far surpasses mine.
You're just jealous because he's better looking than you.
Where in any of that did I talk about his looks?
It's in the subtext.
I think you've been reading too many romance novels.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Reaches in the bag, pulls out one. It's not romance, it's adventure with romance.
Then it's a romance.
That's not how it works.
Now, out of curiosity, you are an avid reader of romance. Do you write any?
We don't need to talk about that.
Emma, she writes fan fiction.
What is fanfiction?
It's her own interpretation of how she views things and basically endings that she wants to happen. She can also include the people that are living in this world. Like, for instance, she could write a fan fiction about, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, me and Kate getting together. She could write that. Or, you know, Rex and Kate getting together.
No,
Or-
Kate asked me not to write her into any more of my fan fiction, so I don't do it.
Did you write about the rest of us?
Well, I haven't known you for very long. Rex, I know, was married, and same with you, Siri, and I haven't known you long enough.
I was about to
I
say, I'm
would've-
not married.
I would appreciate it if you
Rex.
didn't write any sort of fan fiction about me.
Fine.
Now, let's be honest here. Any fan fiction you write is most likely something I have done. So it'll just be a true story at that point.
Coffee shop scenario, sharing a bed scenario, enemies to lovers.
Yep. Definitely done
impressed.
that. Definitely done that.
I seriously doubt that.
Enemies to lovers?
I doubt you've had any success, honestly.
It's called working the prison system.
God. Oh my god. Dang.
You have no idea how many a warden's
sounds-
wife or a warden herself I have been with to get a lesser prison sentence.
You have the personality of spoiled fish.
He sounds dirty.
It's simple, Emma. It's because you're not my type. I like women. I don't like men. In that sense. So why would I attempt to hit on you? So of course I'm going to have that personality of spoiled fish. But to anyone else, I am as ripe as an apple.
So you're saying that you're only ever going to be moderately pleasant to women that you want to sleep with?
Not just moderate. If they're overly attractive and I'm not scared of getting hit in the face with some sort of magical energy that could probably singe my entire face off looking at you, Kate, 100% would try to hit on them.
Right. Sure.
Somehow I'm both relieved and disappointed.
How are you
Curiosity.
disappointed?
You don't go for a challenge.
You have no idea what my preferences are. Anyways.
I mean, out of curiosity,
Hmm.
how do you talk to girls asking for a friend?
Wow.
You've been doing it for 3 months. Hello.
You don't count.
I was about to say.
All right. Guess I grew one. I'm out of here.
You know what I mean.
I mean, Kate, considering your wild magic antics, probably.
Hey, no offense, but you know what I mean. I see you as the big sister I never had. You're not like that pretty girl who works in the chocolate place next door.
Let me ask you this question: do you like this girl? Do you
Yeah.
want to be with this girl?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't help you then. I'm more of the one night stand, or 1 week stand, or one kingdom stand, or fuck my way to the top stand.
Hey, at least you're honest.
I don't deal with like romantic things. Like I don't pursue a relationship. I more or less pursue the in the moment, and then I run away.
Curious, do you talk to these women in Infernal? Because doesn't it sound like you're summoning your beast? I mean,
I only
like,
break
what?
up the I only break
No,
up the Infernal
I-
when they want rough play.
I would absolutely
Oh,
love
well.
it if you wouldn't make any reference to that ever again.
Trust me, when I start speaking Infernals, the candles start flickering like crazy. Oh, it makes all the women both scared and surprisingly happy.
I see.
And
I see.
then you summon a demon by accident, and things get really weird.
Libby just takes out a notebook. Note to self. Ladies like Infernal? Question mark?
I think they like your demons. But yeah.
What? What can I say? I'm naturally charismatic. I am a tiefling after all, and well, you know, we're basically like the women through the. You know, mothers and fathers tell the kids, don't go date a demon. You see my ass walking around, and I do have a great ass. Just walk around. They just immediately go for me.
Right. Maybe in your dreams.
I didn't say these women were smart, King. You and Libby are the exception to this. Y'all are intelligent. These are like country bumpkins who have never seen a tiefling before. And think, a demon! Quickly! Run off!
They think to themselves, quick, a demon! I should go fuck it.
You would not believe how many times that has been the reason for it.
Surprisingly
Sure.
common trope in romance novels, actually.
Gay, is your mic okay? Because I can hear like
A lot of your background.
Let me close the door. Sorry.
I can hear like he got up and it's nothing happened. He didn't mute
Is that a
himself.
grill behind him?
Wait, why is there a grill behind him? What?
He's got to do
I
it.
need a.
Your
I
How
need a
girlfriend?
agree is that?
Your girlfriend?
Explain.
Your
charbroil.
charbroil?
Yeah, yeah.
Why is it in your bedroom?
No, this is not my. This is my office.
Why is he in an office?
I'm leaving it here before we need to use it. I don't want to put it outside. I don't want to put my grill outside.
An at-work barbecue when you're working from home.
I can just see Vrex with a tiny chef, like a tiny like grill hat. Just like, I don't want people to steal my grill.
A little kiss the cook apron.
Yep.
Oh god. That sounds amazing.
But anyways,
yeah.
Anyways, again, they're not smart girls. They get fooled quite often. Also, I am quite persuasive when it comes to some things. Anyways, enough about my history, Libby, sorry. If my history would consume more than like 20 of your romance novels, easily.
And is any of that history going to bite us in the ass?
No, nope, it really shouldn't.
You know, you could probably write an interesting book series on it. You would make a killing.
Yeah, granted though, some of the things I have done were under cover, as in they don't know it happened.
Oh.
You know, the husbands and boyfriends, and you know, they just don't know what happened, and yeah. The last time I got caught with it was the reason why I got sent to that chaos, to the plane where I met all of you. Fuck the wizard's wife. It was not a good idea.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
A wizard's wife.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And who is this wizard?
Don't know. I never got his name.
Did you
And
get his
this
wife's
was a-
name at least?
Nope.
This wizard who is strong enough to send you into the chaos plane. He's not going to, upon a chance meeting, seeing you, go into a rage and try to fuck with you with magic. And
You
fuck with
honestly-
us by association.
Here's my question. If you sent someone to that plane of existence, do you honestly think they'll come back alive? Or at all?
I'm saying,
Point being,
if he lives long, if he is still alive, and he sees you out of the chaos plane, seemingly none worse for wear, how likely is it that he's going to try and send you back? Or just put you down under, and us with you?
I mean, I'll just tell him that I'm not the tiefling he's looking for. wave my hand in front of him, be a little persuasive. What are they gonna do? What is he going to do? Immediately cast a spell on me?
Probably, yeah.
No.
That's what my father would do to you.
Your father's a different story.
This wizard sounds like another different story.
It wasn't even that bad.
You slept
Oh.
with his wife.
Well, no, that's not. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad. Give it like a 7 out of 10. Oh, that's right. I'm talking to people who've never. Right. Never mind. Back to cooking
You
this
give
fish.
your-
How to do it.
You rate your partners?
Doesn't everybody?
Never even
Considering-
kissed anybody.
Everybody that is a whore, yes. Like yourself.
Huh. No, I don't charge.
So you're worse. At least they get paid.
Yes, and I am a slut. That's
I was about to say, I believe slut is the word we're looking for.
Oh my god. I didn't think there was apparently there's a difference.
sluts
Yes, whores
don't
get paid.
Whores do. They work at brothels. I should know. I've been to plenty of them.
Okay, so you have paid them.
Which implies you can't get any without money.
Some of them I didn't have to pay for. I was just that good. Hell, I asked for one in the night. Well, when I woke up the next morning, there was 6 of them around me. Don't even recall the other 3 coming in.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't want to see it.
Are you saying you actively want to see me do my work in a brothel?
Not in a brothel, that's easy.
Do you actively want to see me try to persuade a woman, try to sleep with her, and then actually see me do the whole action itself?
Maybe not that part. Just leading up to. Because I refuse to believe that someone like you can get any woman to love you. And like that.
Alright then, well, challenge has been accepted. We
They
shall
do
see.
have a point. You have talked a big game, but we've never actually seen you flirt with anybody. Besides Kate.
Well, let's just be clear real quick. What have we been doing constantly? We've been going from place to place to place, dealing with death, murder, chaos, fighting a crocodile creature. Sorry, his minions. Going to go fight a goblin. We have had no time for reprieve.
Okay, fine. Next town. Let's see it.
Alright. Next town, if we have a solid day, sure. I will try.
What if we up the ante a little bit?
How would you want to up it up?
A little bit. If you, the rest of us will walk into a tavern, and the rest of us collectively get to pick the woman you're gonna try to hit on. If you succeed, 10 gold. If you can't, 10 gold to us.
No. That is too low of a bet. You're going to select a woman for me to hit on, right? Which
Yes.
most likely mean you're going to select the most challenging woman in the room, right?
You can seduce anyone. Surely that shouldn't be too much of a challenge for you.
I'm just saying it's too low. How about this? You bet 100 gold. I lose, you get 100 gold. I win, I get 100 gold.
Fuck it. I'm down.
That's between the two of you. I'm not betting on losing faith in my
That's
entire
that's
gender.
way too much money for.
It'll be a group thing. So all of you get into it. You only give me 100 gold if I win, and I only give you all 100 gold if I lose. That's it.
I would
I'll
pay
stay out
5
of it.
gold for you to seduce this woman in Infernal and see the light flicker.
Rex, that would require you to be in the room when I'm doing my business.
Question: Can I see it through if I step out in an ethereal plane?
The ethereal
No.
plane is its own plane of existence. Like
Dang it, never mind.
it's
Okay.
like yeah, it's like a realm in between realms.
Okay. Okay. Back into character.
I think I'll actually change my mind.
I mean,
I'll abstain as well.
I'll say maybe with 5 goblin shots. Maybe with 5 goblin shots. Yes.
Now we're just betting alcohol. So, Livia, are you still on the spec? Because it seems Amar and Kate have both fallen off. And Rex doesn't want to do it for money.
Maybe it's a bad idea.
Alright. Well, just like that, I win. Alright then, so anyways. What? Y'all understand I'm confident that I can do what I say I can do, and you don't want to take the bet. You're smart people.
I just don't want money going to you. My money specifically.
What do you think I'll do with it?
Bandit.
Never mind that question.
Go to a brothel. That's exactly what I think you would do with it.
Not wrong.
Or load hull on magical items and then chew out the rest of us for wanting the same.
What?
Not wrong.
When we were in the magic shop in Amistad,
Yes.
just about half the money that we spent as a group, which was for you and for your items. And when I wanted a second upgrade, you decided that it would be a bad idea for me to get more than 1,000 gold worth of things.
What I decided was to first go through all the items. Secondly, the final item I purchased was with my own gold, not the group's. Alright. And third, most of the items we agreed that I needed for some part. I didn't want this elven armor. I was wanting Kate to have it. But she didn't want me to have it, and we all wanted it anyways. And the other items included in it were more or less a group bundle buy, which we decide as a group to buy as a bundle to reduce the price of it, versus you buying a bandana that would have made you smarter, but would have made your wisdom go down, and you didn't even question it until after I revealed that. Because you're a
I didn't
full-blown...
know what the item may or may not have done for a curse or whatever.
Yes. And you would have wasted 200 gold. I full-blown identified it, saw what it did. I was like, you probably don't want this now, because increasing your intelligence is one thing, but lowering your wisdom significantly down is a hindrance and a benefit in exchange. So we got rid of it completely. Versus you who heard, this raises my intelligence, immediately buy it and didn't even question it.
Do you think I've ever gone inside of a shop like that before?
With the way you acted with purchasing that item? Yeah. You heard the man say, it may raise your intelligence, buying it immediately. I could literally sell you a bandana and say it may increase your intelligence or strength. If I was in that same shop, it doesn't do any of that. May, implying that it can do it, not that it will do it. I sell it to you, and you don't have to sell. I won't buy it back.
I trust that
scam.
the proprietor of an establishment in a city as large as Amistad would care about his reputation enough to not sell fake items.
And what is your reputation? We didn't have one at that time. All our reputation was bringing in a goblin. That was...
Word of mouth is a very powerful thing.
And the business reputation built off of years of experience giving honest tools to buyers, going up against a word of mouth of some random adventurer who captured one singular goblin. I think I know who they're going to listen to more. It's called a scam.
Syrian, is that businessmen wouldn't risk that. So when he said it will increase my intelligence, but it might do something else. I was
He
willing to
didn't
put
know
down
that.
that risk.
He didn't know what it did. He said it may increase it, not that it will. The point being, though, you almost got scammed. I saved you from
Okay.
spending 200 gold on a wasted
Break it
item.
up.
That's all I did.
It's okay. We bought the items. We got it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
good, bad. We'll move on. First, we start with the alphabet game, then talk about students' sex life, and what are we talking about? Things in the past. That's move forward, all right? That's all right. It's all right.
I'm talking about things in the past because there's a particular pattern that has been showing up time and time again.
Oh dear, sweet lord.
Student sex life? Yeah. You just keep it around.
As you continue your discussion, question mark, or arguments and whatnot into the night, the day has, the better part of the afternoon has finally ended, and it is now turning into nighttime.
I'll take the first watch whenever you all are ready to sleep.
Okay.
Okay. So, Amar, make a perception check for me, please.
All right. That is, I believe, 17.
17. So, as you continue looking off into the distance, it's calm. You see the waves have suddenly, like, aside from the ricketing from your boat, or the remnants of your boat, you see what appears to be a full moon coming into the sky, and you see what appears to be clouds begin to form in the general area.
Is it regular clouds or is it looking like large dark clouds?
With that roll, you rolled 16, right?
17.
17. I'll say with that roll, you're able to tell that it is slightly darker than the sky around it.
Okay.
You don't really know if it means it's going to rain or not, but you can tell that it's getting cloudier.
Gotcha.
And a few hours of watching, nothing seems to occur. And that is the end of the first watch.
I'd actually like to go until Kate wakes up.
Okay. I believe by this point both Kate and Libby wake up, because Libby is a half elf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it
So
was only full elves that needed the
Yeah,
4
it's
hour
only 4.
trance.
It's only full elves. I get
It's
the
only full
4
elves?
hours.
Oh,
I thought
Mhm.
half elves have it too. Okay. Well, sorry, Libby.
I sleep.
Yeah, you sleep. Kate wakes up.
Anything interesting?
And just some storm clouds. Well, not storm clouds, but darker than average. For night, at least. Things have been pretty quiet. I know that it's been a while since all the craziness, specifically with your family, has gone down. How are you holding out?
Well, mostly just angry at a lot of things. Well, people specifically, for being stupid. So,
I can imagine a few who would fit that category.
yes, let's see. My father, for being such an idiot for taking a deal with the Croc. Fred, for just flat out abandoning me after everything I did for him. And Syrian for constantly going behind my back to get what he wants. It's rather annoying. And having to use threats of violence with him to get anything productive. It's really sad.
You forgiven Rex? He was also with Syrian when they tried to raid the vault.
Well, it's simple. He immediately apologized when he was caught. And he said he wouldn't do it again.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Rex is special in his own way. It's very adorable.
I have to admit, I didn't expect Rex to choose the side of the law when it came to his son.
Well, he might have a similar realization to what I have. That wasn't his actual son, and that is not my actual family. We are in a alternate dimension of sorts, after all. The father I knew wouldn't be so stupid to make a deal with someone so low.
Plot twist.
You are Sanguis.
And from the looks of what my brothers were like, they were a lot weaker than they were supposed to be. Back when
They
I
were
was
stronger in your original timeline?
stronger than I was, for sure.
Well, you've grown quite a bit.
Well, yes, but they also have had 80 years to grow extra on top of me, so
People get
very
comfortable
strange.
and they stagnate.
Hmm.
Oh,
I suppose.
I'm 140 and I was a retainer to the lady that I served.
So like a guard, basically.
A guard and a bit of a confidant. She knew that I wanted to do better for my family. And I knew that she wanted to be able to have a seat at the bigger political table. Which is why I left for Al-Khalid.
She sent you on an errand to Al-Kharid.
I took up a quest on her behalf, with her blessing and with her supplies, to get the Helm Crusher.
Helm Crusher. I'm guessing you bash people's heads with it.
Well, to put it bluntly, yes. It's a weapon similar. Most of the stories depicted as a flail, which is why I have my weapon, my particular weapon choice.
You're building up towards the bigger flail. The big one.
I'm proficient in most weapons, all weapons, realistically, but I like to be more familiar. If it is a flail, that is. If not, then who knows? I don't even know if it's on this continent anymore.
Or if it even exists.
Very true. Very true.
Stupid rabbit.
Indeed.
I really liked him when he was in the staff. Then he became his rabbit form and just... Eek.
No.
He was like Syrian if Syrian was horny 24/7 and was also much more of an S than he already is.
And a gleeful murderer.
I don't know if it's the murder he likes. I think it's more of the chaos that happens with the murder that he likes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But someday, I wish to go back into that plane of existence and kick the rabbit's ass.
You and me both.
And then, hopefully, make it back to my own timeline. If that's possible.
And if not,
This one is a lot more dark than the one I come from.
I'm honestly not too much of a fan of where I came from. My parents, well, my father was something of an indentured servant.
Yep.
And even though he had his debts paid off after a century or so, he was never able to advance. Social pressures from his higher ups and whatnot. And my mother was a handmaiden.
So, kind of like the servants in my home? I take
Exactly like those. Take care of the food, the clothing, the cleaning, things like that.
Very good people.
Good people, yes. But they weren't really able to advance,
Yeah,
improve their standing.
you don't really advance if you work for a large, noble family like my own. So, understandable. However, should we decide sometime years into the future, I imagine, that we're done adventuring, we've had our fill, I would be happy to have you as a retainer for me.
That's what I feel. I could see myself doing that for quite a while.
We'll call it a special retainer. Anyways, you should get some rest. It was a nice talk. And she pats you on the shoulder a little bit.
I give you a one-arm side hug. I just pull out my the stone that has the crack in it. Is it still just that one crack?
It is still there.
I lay down in the boat.
Okay.
Just look at it for a few minutes.
So you
I'm
fell
gonna
asleep.
I'm gonna cast Mending on the rock to see if it repairs.
Okay. You cast Mending on the rock. Oddly enough, it doesn't. Nothing happens.
It is a rock. It should have worked.
It is the reason why I have my current abilities, so it might be resistant to magical repairs or breaks.
Yeah, true enough. Anyways,
But
Get to sleep.
I greatly appreciate the attempt. Thank you.
Okay.
Then I sleep.
As you begin your watch, Kate, make a perception check for me, please.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good roll. I like that roll. 23.
23. As you continue your watch, you see the light of the moon has been cut off as several more clouds have entered the general area, and it's very dark here. You can't even see the stars coming out of the sky. What is there any light source in your camp? But
Wow.
No. Not at this point, no.
Not at this point? Okay. Yeah, all you see is just the faint silhouette of water just, moving back and forth.
Yeah.
And that is the end of your watch.
I'm gonna put on Renee's pirate hat.
Okay. You look at you put on the hat and you look down at the water to get some sort of reflection.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, it's the Captain Jack Sparrow hat where it's just like, it's triangular and it's like tilted.
Mm-hmm.
You go, huh? It's pretty good.
Yes. This will suit me. And wait for everyone to wake up.
Okay.
And then,
Oh, you're gonna stay for the last watch as well?
yes.
Okay. I'll say for the purpose of this, as the morning takes place, as the sky begins to turn blue, it actually turns gray, and as you all wake up, you feel this. You feel that like floating sensation when you've been floating on water the whole 8 hours, and you guys get the benefits of a long rest, and as you look into the distance, you see what appears to be a very large boat that is heading your way.
Oh, thank God he came!
See? He said he needed a day. It's been a day.
Is it just the one boat?
Good. He's back.
It is just the one boat.
I'll
It's-
signal him. And I'm going to
it's-
cast firebolts into the air.
Okay.
It's kind of like a flare.
Okay. As you cast Firebolt into the air a few times, you hear a bell ringing in the distance. Oddly, it's far enough where you can't really make out the figures on the boat, but you can see one figure that's like moving, that's like flying and moving off circling the top of the boat. And immediately it goes back onto the boat. And roughly few more minutes pass by, and you see what appears to be this silver, rustic, aesthetic looking, almost like a stereotypical navy boat, but with a rustic steampunk aesthetic.
Yes. Yes.
Has that little copper teal blue to it. And you look on the side, and the boat is called the come on. The boat is called the Kilross. Yeah, Kilross.
Why?
Yeah. As you see, they let down a ladder, and you see Ezareth and a bunch of other figures standing off the side of the boat. You say, "You coming aboard?"
Yes, please.
Good. Glad you took my offer. And as you get onto the boat, it's not a tall boat, but it's long. It's roughly 2 stories tall. You see each of them wearing this trademark, silver armor. Some with blue, with kind of like this aquamarine, dark aquamarine. Is that a thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
This sea blue that just gets into all of their armors. And Azareth speaks to his crew for a moment. He goes, "Men, it appears we have some stowaways that we will be bringing onto our ship for the time, and we will bring them to Corridor for them to find a ship back." And you see the ones that have most similar armor to Azareth step forward. You see one of them, hold up. You see one of them, a Blue Dragonborn, step forward and say, I sense a great deal of magic within these individuals. Are you sure that it's good to have them aboard?
We'll keep spellcasting to a minimum.
Azareth nods to you. They're capable of handling themselves. You won't believe they ended up fighting a dragon turtle by the time I arrived. We need men now more than ever, and we need capable individuals. So, help a friend. And he looks to you, Amar. Well, let's be off. And he begins giving commands to some of the other Psy warriors, other members of the Silver Hand, and the ship takes off.
Do I recognize any of these Silverhand Knights?
You recognize a few of them, but never really made any interaction with them. You have the feeling of familiarity, but you get the sense that these are not the people you directly interacted with, but
Gotcha.
Yes.
Is the Blue Dragonborn still, either with us or just watching us?
He's watching you. There's a few people that are watching you guys because, one, for making sure you know your way around the ship, and two, not just,
Giving us free range.
yeah, giving you guys free range.
I'll walk up to the Blue Dragonborn, just offer my hand. Hey, Mom.
Crimsix. And then he kind of does the forearm grab.
Yep.
Pleasure.
So, what brings you all out here?
Well, we were hired to find a particular resource here in, I'm sure, the Iridium depletion, and, well, partially. Our goal is also to kind of find the cause of these creatures leaving the Underdark and trying to put a stop to whatever mayhem they will be causing.
Understandable. Is that why your captain said that you needed more hands?
Well,
Are they starting to swarm in bigger numbers?
frankly, we are a small crew, but capable. We are... The entire Silver Hand is a little stretched thin for the moment, given the war efforts and making sure not every country is going to kill each other overnight.
I can imagine the headache that would be. Well, if
Quite
things
possible.
if things stay calm for long enough, and you're interested, I'd like to spar, measure my progress.
I'm not one for sparring. You want to go talk to the captain about that one. I'm more of the research part.
Understandable.
So tell me, why are your party here as well?
Similar reason. We're here to also try and solve the Iridium problem.
And we got shipwrecked.
I can tell. Well, feel free to help in from time to time. I'm sure the rest of the crew would appreciate it. And, it's hard to get on the captain's good side, surprisingly. But, you must, see something in you guys, so I'm willing to trust that.
We'll do our best to not disappoint.
Well, I best be off. And he goes towards the back quarters of the top of the ship, going towards navigation.
Excuse me, before you go, where will we be staying on the ship while we're here?
I'll have, let's see. I'll ask Bryn to send you down. She'll probably appreciate the company. There's a quarters on down below deck if you need some privacy. It's a little bit cramped, given your party's size, but I think you can make do.
After
Thank
sleeping
you.
on a boat, we can make do with pretty much anything.
Yes.
Is it all right if I hang out by the front of the boat?
Sure.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
just start walking to the front.
I'll go
Yes.
with her.
I'll
As
spend
you-
some time
As
with,
you walk to the front,
And the
all
decks.
of a sudden, kind of like in the Superman landing, just swoosh, as this like air begins to puff out, as you see what appears to be an Eric Cochran man, white and golden brown feathers, kind of like stopping your entrance, and you see Crimsix go, "It's okay, Cross. They're friendly." And then he kind of like, he does the thing where he's like waving with like with his elbow, or not with his elbow, with his wings, but he's like folding his arms, kind of like in that
Anime
hello,
style.
hello, don't talk to me.
Okay.
Kind of nod
okay.
my head to him and then walk past.
He's like watching you like a literal hawk, as he is a birdman.
Ah,
I give him a little smile and wave, and then follow Kate.
Okay.
Look, it's Hawkman.
I'll see if the crew just on the deck needs help with something.
Okay. And you do. Some needs help tying loose knots and stretching the sails. After you see Cross, after letting you guys pass, he just flies up all the way to the crow's nest. So, you guys have your time to yourselves.
Kate, can I ask you a question?
Or go for it.
You don't think the party's gonna break up, do you?
Probably not. Depends. At least you, Rex, and I, well, we're a lock, I think, right?
I want to think so.
Like, I have nothing but good things to say about you and Rex. Besides, a few minor stuff, but that's minor stuff. Nothing to worry about.
I've got nothing bad to say about you and Rex.
Mhm.
And I just want us to get along and be friends. I kind of miss our first adventuring party back when we all first met each other. That was so much fun. We all got along so well. It felt like the adventuring parties from my stories, and now I just wish we could get along.
Well, when you have someone that is very blunt and literal pinned up against someone who likes to talk his way out of things, they might butt heads quite often.
Yeah, I guess so.
Though I will say, Syrian has been somewhat of a nuisance. Regarding my family, mostly.
Yeah, that wasn't great of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's useful to have around. He's gotten us out of a few tight situations, and he helped us get back to Amistad so I could see my family, no matter how much of a disaster that was. I feel like I owe him one.
You do know he did try to intimidate your father, yes?
He deserved it. They both deserve it. I'm still mad at them.
Yeah, but that is very odd thing to do, wouldn't you say? I mean, like the first time we meet, immediate, was it bad? Yes. Did it warrant intimidation? I don't know.
You didn't hear what they said to me, Kate. I think they deserved it.
Well, to each their own, I suppose. But
It could be worse. My father could have made a deal with the evil crocodile.
yes, which is why I'm starting to think that he's not actually my father.
What
My
do you
father
mean?
would. Well, we are in an alternate timeline, meaning if there's a chance we could go back to our own, we could see our real families. Because the father I knew would never be that stupid. He'd rather let himself go under than make a deal with someone so low.
I guess it'd be nice to go back to our own time, but I don't think there's much left for me in that timeline.
Well, you still have your family. I'm pretty sure also your chocolate factory girlfriend would be there too.
She's not my girlfriend. But
Might as well be. Come on.
there would be nothing.
Come on.
But Etan wouldn't be there, so it wouldn't be nearly as fun.
Yes, that is very true. And sad. Are you okay with learning that you shot him, by the way?
No, not at all.
Didn't think so. It's a very hard choice to make.
I know why I did it. If he had been conscious during that time, that's what he would have wanted to do. He's my best friend. I know that's what he would have wanted me to do in the situation. If he knew it was you, Rex, and a bunch of innocents versus him, he wouldn't have hesitated. He would have taken it. I know that's what he would have done. He wasn't exactly happy about the whole thing of me just being like, hey, best friend, I brought you back to life so we can keep having adventures together. And he was all like, that's not the natural order of things. Blah, 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 blah. And I guess in the end, he was right. And I had to learn that lesson that you can't use necromancy to avoid your own mortality or your friend's mortality, which is another thing. But just, you get what I mean, though. I know why I did it.
It sucks. If you shot a 10, would perhaps me or Vrex have shot Will?
No, I shot Will too.
Oh. Okay then.
Mic drop.
He was a noble guy. I know he would have said the same thing that Etan would have. He would have been like, don't let a bunch of innocents die in my place.
True.
Come on, you knew Will. That would have been 100% true.
Will is the self-sacrificing type. So yeah.
Imagine if they had been the ones to survive and they had found out that I was the one that shot them. I don't think Etan would have ever forgiven me if I had chosen him over the others. And I didn't know Will as well, but I don't think he would have been happy.
I think what you did was right, but it does suck. If that is comforting, I don't know. I've never had to deal with anything quite like this.
Me neither.
All
Sometimes
I do know
wish
is
Kiba hadn't pulled me out of the river.
now, are we getting into the realm of suicide? This is not depression,
No.
and suicide is not the answer.
No, but you get what I mean, though. I feel like I've just wrecked everything the second I walked out my parents' door.
Possibly. Stirred
That's
quite a
comforting.
mess. Sorry. Stirred quite a mess, yes, but it's not your fault. You do what you want to do. Should you listen to others? Of course. Should you keep their thoughts in mind? Yes. But at the end of the day, you do what you want to do.
Thanks,
Always.
Kate.
Because otherwise I'd still be a model working for my father for who knows how long.
Hey,
It'd be boring.
hey. I worked in that bookshop. I think the only things I ever said was hi, hello, thank you, your total is this, goodbye. I think those were the only words that came out of my mouth the first 19 years I was alive.
Yeah. Working at a bookstore sounds a lot worse.
I had books to read, and
Yes,
Etan
that's
would come
what I'm
back from
saying.
his adventures and tell me stories, but
Mm.
you can't live through stories. You gotta live.
Experience it for yourself. Exactly.
Uh,
How do we get into
Vrex.
this mess?
Vrex and Syrian, what are you two doing?
Just hanging out the dock, just like admiring everything. Like,
Okay.
never
just-
been on a ship, so a goblin was like, oh, sail.
Yeah. Cross the Aerococker and is like staring at you and seeing as he's kind of looking down at like your level. What about you, Syrian?
I'll be walking around the ship playing my lute.
Okay. As you walk below decks, just strumming along, you see sitting on what appears to be a barrel is this female halfling, wearing similar armor as the other three, as similar to the other three main Silverhand members. You saw lying down on what appears to be a barrel. He goes, "Oh, that sounds so nice. I hate boats."
Let me guess, you're seasick?
Oh yeah. And
Well.
she like turns around and there's another barrel there and she just pukes into the other barrel.
Well then.
Oh gosh. Oh,
That's quite the mess. Why are you on the ship if you have seasickness?
oh. Well, I go wherever I go wherever the captain goes.
Really?
Yeah, for the most part. You know, chain of command and all. I wasn't really hoping to be on a boat for this long, but
Uh-huh. So you're down here vomiting, and at no point did you say, Captain, I'm not going to go with you on this ship because I have horrible seasickness.
I can get through it. This is nothing compared to. This is just mild stomach pains and horrible fish. I, I'll feel better hopefully later on in the trip. By the time we reach land.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
I have no spells to aid you in this, but I can keep you company down here if you want me to play a song for you.
Oh, I appreciate it. You know any good sea shanties?
A few that I've heard.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more rum. You want any?
You know what? Yes. Why not?
Okay. Yes.
I could use a drink.
And she kind of like, where she gets up to go grab the rum, you can see she like fixes up her like really messy long hair. She goes, well, it's okay. She begins taking out a few bottles and like drinking from the bottle. I need something to keep. I need something in me to keep it down.
I see.
Uh,
Again,
so-
I'm still marvelous at the fact that you're on the ship even though you have seasickness.
well, it shouldn't last too long. Take some rest. Take a little more rest than what I'm used to, but I'll be fine. And I'm not really a huge fan of the swaying.
Right.
Makes me
That I
dizzy.
can understand.
Well, yeah. So, Captain tells me you're shipwrecked.
Yes. We were attacked by gigantic crawfish creatures, and one of us decided to shoot a lightning bolt into the water to scare off whatever was underneath it. Turned out to be a dragon turtle.
Sounds like a really bad stroke of luck.
Yeah, you could say that.
Ugh.
So, we kind of got stranded, and then y'all came to aid us, and here we are,
Well,
drinking rum in the bottom of a ship with a barrel full of puke.
I can dump the puke out. Give me a sec. And she like goes, and you see there's like a little window that she just throws. She just empties the bucket out
Oh
the
my
window.
goodness.
Oh boy.
Oh, that'll. I feel bad for those fishes.
I think they'll eat anything.
Ugh. Yeah. Too many scales.
Yeah.
Well, pleased to make your acquaintance. What is your name?
Syrian.
Syrian. Name is Bryn.
Nice to meet you, Brim. Yeah.
Yeah. Good to know that someone Good to know that someone's, walking back and forth in the ship, checking on people.
Oh, the life of a bard. We live to please. At least those who wish for it.
I see. Well, if you're looking for your party's room, you're gonna want to go down the hallway to the left.
Good to note. Well, for now, I think we're more
So,
doing our own separate thing at this point. So I'm just more or less perusing around the place to see how this ship is.
well, don't let me stop you from your tunes.
That's fine. I can sit down at least and play music and have someone who can at least talk to me and not berate me or, question me with a million different things wanting an answer. So much fun.
Well. Something you wanna get off your chest or something?
No, it's just more of one person in our group was about to buy an item that basically was going to hinder him than help him, and he didn't even question it. He was told it didn't affect, that it may do this effect. He was immediately about to buy it. I stopped him from it. And then we purchased a large quantity of items, and I reduced the price for it. Some of the items were for me, but some of the other items were for them. That aided them a little bit more than the ones I received. More for cosmetical reasons for some of them. And right now he's a little bit irritated at that and other things going on. While the other one is more along the lines of, I hate her family, her brother was an idiot, I gave him a way out so he could redeem himself, and after, of course, threatening to kill him, and now I'm considered the bad guy because I gave him another chance at life. That wasn't going to be him locked in a mansion. Typical things.
Sounds like to me that... Sounds to me like you made a few decisions. People didn't like it. But, from what you're telling me, a discount and giving a brother a second chance, those things are good, yes?
Well, yes.
Well, not in the eyes of... For them, not for your peers.
They're good, and they're also bad in some other people's eyes. I did what I thought was right. I informed them of the item's effect, and they appreciated it. Yet they instead ignore it and bring up other matters. I gave their brother an out because, let's face it, being locked in a mansion to be constantly observed, especially in the lifetime of an elf, sounds like hell in a full-blown handbasket.
That I agree.
Yeah.
As much as I love my travels, I would not want to be locked in one place for a very long period of time.
At least not against your will of any variety. If it's a choice thing,
even
that'd be
worse.
different. If it was a choice thing, then yeah, I could see it working out. You chose to be there forever, then I
Well,
have to accept it. But I did what I did.
well,
But they don't see it as beneficial, and they don't see it as beneficial. Nonetheless, I did what I thought was right.
sorry to hear about that, friend.
Oh, it's fine. Not the first time I've been dealt with this hand before, and it won't be the last.
As you continue your conversation, nothing too personal, but just like
Oh, yeah.
enough to,
Banter.
banter and keep a conversation going. Eventually, during one of the days, as a kind of moving along here, on one of the days, Ezareth calls all of you to navigations. And as you enter, you can see him and the rest of the Silver Hand standing over what appears to be a large map of the region, which I'm going to pull up.
Map.
Hold on.
Made a map.
Map.
Hold on. Oh, wait. I don't know why Roll20 logged me out when I logged into it today. So...
Huzzah.
Roll20, please. Don't be under maintenance. Yeah,
It's not. I'm still in.
Okay, cool. Me. Roll20, please load. Okay. So,
Yes.
let me just double check and make sure chat can see it, which they can now. Supposed to be.
Yep, I see it.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. He goes, friends, wayfarers, if I understand it right. We're going to make our way down to Portico, and hopefully by then we will be able to get you a ship, or you should be able to procure yourself a ship to bring you back home. Hopefully.
Thank you very much for helping us. I don't know what we would have done if we had been stranded out there.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. And frankly, do you know anything about these areas?
Not much,
Outside of the underground creatures, which seem to get angry whenever Iridium gets mined.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to direct you very quickly that, let's say you're unable to find the ship from Portico. If you can make your way across the coast, and he begins kind of outlining where to go, you can probably reach the refinery on the farthest left. Refinery number 3 there. Some of the workers who refine iridium could possibly send you home in one of their freight trains. Well, freight rafts.
We actually have some business to attend to on the island itself before we head out.
What business is that?
Well, We are looking for new sources of ritual.
Well,
I believe that's what one of your shipmates said you guys were doing as well.
that is true. Do you have any idea of where to start?
Not in the slightest. We had a guide, but he kind of fell in the battle with the dragon turtle.
Ah, a shame.
Truly.
And your plan once you reach the island is...
Well, barring no other information, and we arrive at Portico, ask around, see if anyone knows anything, since they are native to the area or live in the local area.
Well, people in Portico come seeking riches like bounty hunters and other cutthroats. I'd be amazed to find someone willing to live on this kind of island.
Okay, so what are the dangers to expect on this island then?
Well, outside of the creatures in the jungle, there is also the creatures that have tried to make their home on top of at the surface level. Given what little we know, we don't really know what to expect. But tread cautiously. Who knows what other groups will be out there.
Do you have any ideas of where to start to look for Iridium sources? I know you're also doing the same, and we'd kind of be working in conjunction with each other, but would you have a general idea of where to look? Not specifically, but signs of a possible source.
Well, there are many people and many companies, especially the big three, have started mining operations all over the entire archipelago.
And what are the big three?
Well, there is hold up. Pull up my notes.
Who are these big three?
Hold up. I know what I'm doing.
Aha.
I just have to look in my notes from somewhere. Hold up.
Control F.
Yeah, I wish. Nope. That's another campaign.
Oh,
That ain't it, Chief.
Believe
There
you got
is
this.
there is the Silver Legacy, Apex Mining, and
Apex Legends.
And hold up.
Hold up.
There's the Silver Legacy, there's Apex Mining, and there is Crown Mineral. That's the name. All three of the three biggest mining companies in the world have started operations here, but some are closed, so expect some... There's some possible underground entrances that you could reach depending on where you go. However, I'm not sure if they're even connected or where they lead, because I don't have I don't have all of that information, but I do know of stories where there are multiple entrances going to the same underground area. Getting there might be a different story, but you don't seem to have a nature person in your party. I would also recommend being aware of some of the plant life in the area. Most of the land here has been untouched by civilization, much less become submissive to it. So
You wouldn't happen to have a book on the subject, would you? Or know where we could get one?
no, unfortunately, I do not.
Darn.
So, to kind of recap, some of the mining companies have abandoned mines, and that might lead somewhere. And we should be cautious of the creatures in the area, as well as the plants that are also in the area.
Yeah. Well,
As well as various mercenary groups.
well,
Is there a way to stock up on food supplies? That way we don't have to go near plants?
you can probably find some people willing to sell you their food, sell you some of their food at a higher price, but I'm afraid that unless if you don't have much, I'm afraid you might be on your own here.
We have quite a bit. Before our ship went under, I perused around our food supplies and got all of it in this nice bag of holding here.
Ah. Smart. Good thing you got one of those. But I digress. It's a very harsh land here, and well, there's no dragon turtle as far as I know, but
Thankfully, I
Well,
hope not. I think
if you
it's
think-
terrifying.
if you think you can survive, well, your decisions are your own.
Fair enough.
Well, if there's nothing else to discuss, please, I need to have a talk with my own for a few minutes.
Can I ask you one last question? And it is a big one. Do you know of the existence of any teleportation circles that we could use?
Teleportation circles,
Not on the island itself. Somewhere else.
like somewhere else.
Like, say, El Kharid, Ivory Coast, anywhere really.
Well, there's a few that I know of, but I don't think you have the permission to just use a teleportation circle.
Very true. But it was basically my idea of a panic button should things get a little too hairy.
Ah, quick escape. Well, it's like what they say, if you there's a reason why it's a point of... Some people view this as a point of no return. But you can probably create one. But finding one here, probably not.
Yeah, I didn't think there to be one here, since it has been untouched by civilization for quite some time, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that is all the questions that I have.
Yeah. Well, maybe you could find one. I'm not sure, but legends say this is beyond my life or several our lives. Some people say that Corridor is one of the only places still untouched from
Civilization?
Not just from civilization, but it was here since it was touched during the Cataclysm times. Maybe there's some remnants of the gods' machinery that you can use.
Goodness.
But be careful. There's a reason why most people stay away.
And there's a reason why we're not like most people.
You got that right.
Well, anyways. And you guys, he begins talking to his crew, and as you guys leave, you're outside the door amongst yourselves.
Kate, I did think of something.
Yes?
Francis, you can determine if this would work or not. I read a book a lot when I was a kid, pulls out the 5-Star Follies. I read this book a lot as a kid. They talk about a few teleportation circles in the book. There's one in a tavern, there's one in a mountain. Maybe that might help.
Well, I just wanted to know the location of one or two in case we need to get out. And relying on the boats and welfare of people from here is not a sound idea.
Yeah.
So if we go to someplace more established, it might be a bit easier to get things done.
Possibly.
I just had a thought. Say we find this new vein of iridium, and Libby does a sending over to Croc and tells him about it. How do we make sure that between us leaving the island and him getting access to it, that some other one of the big 3 companies doesn't get their hands on it?
Then we would have to stay there.
We can't. Our job was to find the source, not guarantee it's for him. That was our deal. If he goes back on his deal, if he tries to finagle his way out of it, I'm scrapping it entirely.
There is one way he can finagle it out,
Mm-hmm.
and that's he needs confirmation, which would mean us waiting for one of his representatives to come and confirm it.
Or we just bring back some Eritreum with us.
No, it would. He could probably assume we just picked it up someplace.
But it would be the new strain that he's looking for. How could we just pick it up someplace?
I mean, if
It'll
we
be
find it,
unrefined,
it is hard to find, but who knows where we found it?
and it would be unrefined Iridium.
Yep.
So meaning we did not buy it from someplace
Nope.
random. We would have had to find it from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that
But
would
does-
imply that we found a new source of Iridium.
Or we found an existing source. Again, I'm just coming up with ways he could finagle it.
Well, if he does, I might, get a little angry.
We should get a map of our own, so that way we can mark it down. where the news source is when we eventually find it?
Yes.
I mean, probably the best way we could do it, if we didn't want him to finagle it. You do any of you know of the Scrying Spell? Okay. It's a simple spell that allows one to see an individual's whereabouts, where they are, basically. So, if Libby sends him a message, or anyone sends him a message, stating that we could ask him to purchase a scrying spell or a scrying scroll, or have someone else with a scrying spell basically look at our surroundings for one of us. We just let it happen. They'll see it's the new strain, confirm it for us, we mark it on a map, and boom. There's no way he can finagle it out.
I could learn the spell.
No, it wouldn't work like that. It would only work from the caster doing it. We can't scry him and he sees our location. That's not how it works.
Oh.
Yeah. So if we do find this, that's probably the best course of option we have instead of waiting for a representative or, him trying to find another way of finagling out of it.
I assume someone as well connected as the Croc knows one or two people who can do that.
Precisely.
Probably the best plan that we have.
And here's an alternative thought. What if instead of showing the location to the Croc, we do it with the Archduke instead?
Why the Archduke, though?
Well, that was one of the quests on the bounty board. And we'd be finding something for someone who's a lot more reputable than the Croc.
But what about your family's debt?
The more I think about it, the less I care.
Good for
Wait a
you.
minute. Wait a minute. Well, there is a way we could circumvent your family's debt and inform both of them at the same time.
Libby, you know the sending spell, yes?
Yes.
Well, we could inform Lawmaster Gusto to inform the Archduke. At the same time, we also do it with the Croc.
And what will end up happening is both of their forces would meet at that location. A fight will most likely break out. And if the Croc requests for aid,
We kill him.
well, if the Croc requests for aid, or if the Archduke does, we do one or the other. The Croc
Yes.
requests first, you state that we just remove your family's debt completely and will aid in it. If the Archduke does it first, we kill the Croc and your family's debt no longer exists.
Exactly.
For someone who says they're not really cunning, that has got to be one of the most cunning and downright nastiest ways of getting out of a loophole in a contract. I respect it.
Yes, I am quite tired of just doing what I'm told, so I'd rather think outside of the box than in.
Disobedience! Disobedience!
We're more than eviscerating the box at this point.
Exactly. It's a lot more fun.
The square is across at this point. It's interesting.
I'm down with this. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get rid of two birds with one stone.
That will be a problem for a later date. First, we have to find the damn source,
Very true.
which we'd have to find a map specifically of where all the abandoned mines are.
That should be easier to find once we actually get onto the island and start talking to people.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Still, though, like Amar said, a map would be good to have.
There should be a cartographer's office or a cartography shop at some point in Portus.
It would probably be a good idea if we do research onto why those mines closed, in case we run into anything nasty.
We still have some funds left, so we might be able to provision some items that would be helpful.
Syrian is us. We always run into something nasty.
I was actually thinking we choose mines that have nasty things in them. Because they weren't abandoned, because a quicker route was found.
Kate has a point. Kate has a point.
I wasn't implying that we abandoned them. I was just implying that we learned about the mines. But
Yes.
we're going
if-
into mines with nasty creatures. Oh, fun.
Well, we don't want the
Opiates.
nastiest of creatures. We just want ones that are pesky and annoying.
I swear, if a crocodile is in one of them, I am walking away. I
I
swear.
don't think crocodiles live underground.
As you guys are having this discussion, you hear the sound of running water. And it's like it's like the sound of rain, but it's loud. But you look out the window and there is no rain.
Is that the sound of the boat sinking?
I don't think that's how boats sound when they sink.
Well, let's get out of here real quick and go see what's going on.
You hear a ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, let's get out of here. And I go out of the room. What are you doing?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go onto the dock.
Okay. As you guys get onto the hull of the ship, you look out, and it's very, very strange. You look out, and it's just, you see what appears to be this endless waterfall. It's as if someone just, it's as if there's a wall in the distance that's just a waterfall.
Whoa.
And you look to the left, to the right, the waterfall stretches out all the way through.
How does that work?
And-
That's so cool.
And as the rest of the ship goes on, well, friends, welcome to the edge of the world.
No kidding.
Not again.
Start the ship. All of a sudden, you hear levers turning, gears turning. All of a sudden, the parts of the ship begin to transform as the actual planks that you're walking on begin to split open. All of a sudden, revealing this third engine that's underneath, opening up, and you see this inflated balloon suddenly take to the air that eventually replaces the mast that folds in, as it is now converted into a steampunk-esque ship with a hot air balloon.
I love it. I absolutely adore it.
Are we going above the waterfall, through the waterfall, or below it?
We're riding it.
Uh-huh.
Should we hang on to
What?
something?
And possibly,
I'm
as
hanging on to the side immediately.
all of a sudden, he just pulls the lever, and the back of the ship just jets forward into the waterfall. I need everybody to make strength checks for me, please.
Oh no.
Extra saving throws.
All right, I'm using
Checks.
Tides of Chaos. That was bad. Oh, thank
Right.
God.
Jax,
Yes.
why you bullying me?
This would be, strength checks, athletics checks, basically.
Strength
Athletic?
check.
Okay, I'd rather take the athletics than strength.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
10.
19 for me.
Okay.
10 for me.
10 for
Tides
you.
of Chaos.
8.
Okay. 8. So all of a sudden, as you jet forward, Vrex, Libby, and Syrian let go of their respective spots, and they are flying back.
Yeah.
As let's see. Okay. All
Can
three
I
of you
reach out to try and grab one?
roughly. No, you can't. Not with this. You
There.
with all three of you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as just the water is just pushing you back into the ship. I need the three of you to make another strength save. Now make a strength saving throw to try to like catch on to something nearby.
Better.
That's gonna be a 12.
12.
16.
16, Rex.
Strength save, bud. Come on. I believe in you.
9 are better than the last one.
Okay, both Libby and Syrian managed to catch themselves on the folded side of the mast. However, Rex just flies, and now Rex is off the ship.
Oh.
And he is plummeting.
Rex.
Do I know which way he's going?
He is going backwards.
Do I know how? Can I see him? And how far is the ship traveling, I should say? How fast? Per round.
This would be an equivalent to... Hold on. Let me... Okay. Let me...
I'd like to try to do a thing if he's within 30 feet of me.
He is not within
He's
30
off
feet
the
of you.
ship, dude. He's
Okay.
not within
He
30
is
feet.
several hundred feet away from you.
How fast is the ship traveling per round?
Very fast. More than 100 feet.
How far away is... Okay, more than 100 feet? A little less than 200 feet?
Roughly so.
Okay, cool. I dimension door straight to Rex.
Okay, you dimension door to
Snap.
Rex.
I catch him.
So you catch him.
All right, Rex. Rex, go through this door with me. As I dimension door back into the ship where our room is.
Okay.
Ooh.
Easy enough. You... Yeah, 500... Yeah, with 500 feet of teleportation, yeah, you can easily go back and forth.
I got him.
You managed to get onto the ship. It's a little bit cramped because now the bed and the furniture are all like nailed to the ship itself, but it's on like a deep incline, so you're both kind of just on top of what would be the back the back side of the back wall of the room. But you're all able to grab on, and now as you guys are accelerating, you take off, and you are now floating, going up.
This is so cool.
Oh, Rex, are you all right?
Yes, I am now. Thank you.
No problem. All right, let's get back on top of the deck. I imagine everyone's wondering what happened.
Okay.
Oh,
Glad we don't have to worry about the waterfall anymore. No.
Yes, I don't think a rowboat would make it up the waterfall.
gets to
Somehow, I doubt that.
as soon as I get to the deck, I go, Rex is fine. I got him.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, jeez.
Good.
Little warning next time, Captain.
Well, I gotta keep you on your toes somehow.
He fell off the ship.
Yes, and I'm sure Cross was gonna catch him sooner or later. And Cross just looks at him like... Azareth goes, "What? You fly. You do a thing." Goes, Captain.
Thank goodness I got him anyways.
I did enjoy that. That was fun. This is fun.
Yeah, as you look back down, you just see the water. You just see the water just trail down 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet. to the point where you are now above that cloudy, that cloud formation that accumulated in this area, where now you are literally floating in the sky.
Clouds!
Huh. This is new.
A lot nicer than the last airship we went on.
Well, you can't. We've just passed the dead zone, so hopefully now no more magical nonsense takes any place.
Thank goodness.
And trust me, you don't want to fly in that kind of zone.
Do I want to ask?
I'm not speaking from experience, but given the magical inclinations of a single spell, what more of a arcane engine?
You have a point there. That would be a recipe for disaster.
Well, I digress. It's if that was the case, we would have flown, made things a little bit more convenient. But anyways, give it a few more days and we'll reach corridor. Why corridors like this, beyond me, but you know, like they said, it's still a god's land.
So for the remainder of the couple of days, are we just going straight up the waterfall, or are we going to eventually, start going horizontal again?
Well, we're still gonna go up. And roughly in a few hours. Hopefully the sailor will detach it on time. But we'll be going horizontal again for a day or so, and then we'll be there.
Okay.
And you hear a ding, 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 ding. It goes, I suggest you hold on to something. As all of a sudden, you just feel that sensation of everybody falling.
Like when you're on a roller coaster and your stomach kind of drops?
Yes. You all have that stomach, your stomach drop as you all splash. As the edge of the waterfall is now beyond, well, it's still within your sights, but you guys are going far away from it. Well, I would say it's been fun, but well,
Could I ask a favor of you?
yes, Kate.
You are a powerful psionic warrior, yes?
Please. Flattery will get you nowhere.
I am saying that because I was wondering if for the remainder of our trip together, you could show Amar here a thing or two.
The other crew members and his Silverhand members go like, he goes like, Captain, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh boy.
The Bryn, the halfling woman, goes, Captain, he's not even a real he hasn't even mastered the basics yet. Goes, yes, that's true, but sounds like fun.
Well, maybe not full-on fighting, maybe just helping him learn.
Hmm.
Since he is far less skilled than you all seem to be. Or so you say.
If I could see you, I would definitely shake your hand. I relish the thought, but we'll see. Maybe I can part some. Let's see if he can match up to some of the other members here.
Who do you have in mind?
Well, let's see if you can. Oh, let's see if you can master the simple technique. And he walks towards the front of the deck. He tells the rest of the crew to form a moderately sized circle. They can look, but not interfere.
Of course.
When you learn something, your telekinetic abilities seem to be particularly small and come from a source. Tell me, have you ever tried to use that source to enhance your basic abilities?
I pull out the small stone. No, I can't say that I have. You're saying I can make my abilities stronger with this?
Depends on how much discipline and mastery you have. I lived for a very long time, and it took me eons to even master these basics.
And what does it mean when there's a crack?
It's a stone. It's supposed to be cracked. Okay. As he puts down his sword and he gives it to his companion. And he's going to fold his arms. And you all have noticed this over the past few days. I just kind of forgot to mention it, but Ezereth is blind.
Yes.
And but oddly enough, he doesn't act like he's blind. Either that or you've never seen his pupils. Just waiting for that Seto Kaiba moment of really showing his pupils and shit happening. He gives the Blue Dragonborn his sword and shield, and he's gonna hold out, and he's gonna fold his arms, and he's gonna kneel down. Hit me with your best shot.
Get him! Get him!
Come on, Amar.
All right.
I believe in you.
Show
Hit
him! Let's go!
I'll take a swing.
Okay.
And that'll be... That's a 21.
All of a sudden, as you swing your sword, it bounces off. This telekinetic field begins to apparate, and it bounces off of the spell.
Huh. That's new.
Fascinating.
I'll try again. 24.
24. Again, you spin around, try to hit him from the other side, and then the shield apparates and then bounces off of the sword, deflecting it. And then dissipates as if there is no more spell.
How are you doing that?
When you, well, when you have seen what I've seen, the energy that forms our telekinetic abilities can be used to shield ourselves.
I've only ever been able to use those telekinetic shields to reduce the damage that I take, not prevent a hit from happening in the first place.
Well, again,
Okay. Woo! Natural 20.
natural 20, it hits, and you try to force it in, and you as you manage to grab both of your hands, try to push it forward, and as a result, he actually rolls out of the way this time.
Huh.
Nice shot, but a little bit more. Brute force could only take you so far.
You're right about that. How do I get better then?
Focus on your enemy's attacks and try to envision where they strike with your psionic strength.
All right. Give it your best shot, I guess.
He holds out that rock, or he holds out his hand for the rock.
Give it to him.
Okay. As you give it to him, it begins to levitate a little bit. And as it's such, you see the energy. It never glowed before, but you can see the crack now beginning to show this purple, white glow kind of showing. Maybe let's try something else. Crimsix, are you up for such a task? The Blue Dragonborn goes. I want you to break his shield.
All right.
And you see Cross begin to cast the spell on Cross and Cross and God damn it. Cross and Crimsix both begin to cast respective spells. And all of a sudden you see this, what was invisible is now visible. And you can see these 3 layers of shields that form around Crim. He goes, let's see if you can break these shields.
Very well. Swing number 1. 22?
Misses. It just bounces off the shield.
Huh. 27.
It tries to go through the second shield, or tries to go through the first one, and then tries to get into the second one, and then it forces it back.
Can I? I'll go again. Another 27. This time I like to use a side die to do my... Where is it? For my Psionic Strike.
For your Psionic Strike?
Yeah.
You managed
add that
to
the attack.
get through the first shield, get into the second shield, but a force suddenly puts you back.
And are the first two shields back in place now?
The first two shields are back in place. He goes, let me show you. Give me the stone. As he takes the stone begins to, that purplish white aura begins to glow into his arm and into his sword. And as he does that, sorry, Krem, he swings. All of a sudden, this swipe, just 1, 2, 3, ignoring all of the shields, and into Krim, and Krim is looking pretty hurt. Ugh, God, fucking shit.
That's new.
Remember what he said? He said to envision where the strikes will land with your psionic abilities.
Well, focus on your... It appears you're much more of an attacker than a defender. If that's the case, focus on where your strikes will land. And with your psionic energy, you can ignore your typical arcane shield.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll try again then.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. And then, I'm gonna try to sweep him off his feet.
You're trying to sweep
Instead,
Krim
I've
off
been
his
attacking
seat?
high the whole time. This time I'm gonna try to go low and just sweep him.
Here, I was thinking you were going to romance him. I thought you were going to sweep him off his feet metaphorically. No, literally.
Okay. So you're gonna try to go for a low kick. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, since it's just a kick, I'll just add my strength. That's a 23.
Okay. Krim sees it, and 23 will not break the shield.
Okay.
Yeah. Your kick just hits into the first shield and then no effect. He goes, with your weapon, not your hand, with not with your basic fists and...
Just experimenting. I'll swing. Yeah. That's a natural 20 with the flail. And I'll burn a psionic die.
Okay. You focus on the flail. Taking a deep breath, you swing, and it breaks through the first shield, through the second shield, and hits Krim on the side. So roll your damage.
$33 points of damage. Yeah, 33 points of damage, 15 of it being psychic.
Ooh,
Or
okay.
force.
Okay. You see Krim react. Ah, God. And you can see like part of his shoulder begins to bleed a little bit. And he goes, "That's it, Krim. Thank you." Begins to bandage himself. Ezereth goes, Well, good. You seem to be a quick learner, which is decent, but your energy hasn't reached the point yet, but it's a good start.
What needs to be done to more easily pierce those shields?
Well, more training, so to say.
Barring the tail end of this journey, I don't know if I'll find anyone willing to train me.
Don't worry, train in this world has many things that will challenge you if you're willing to travel them. I'll keep that as a parting gift. But let's try one more thing.
All right.
He goes to the starboard side as the oh, you're already above. As the side where the waterfall is was. And you can see what appears to be this very large rock on the side. Goes, I want you to hit it.
Very well.
From here.
Swing twice. From here?
Yes.
How far away am I from it?
200 feet.
Okay. Well, do I need to roll for this?
Okay.
'Cause I don't know if. Oh, I'm 200 feet away from it. Conventionally, I can't.
Or
hit
sorry,
it.
200 feet away. 200 feet away from the waterfall. Let's say 40 feet away.
You want me to hit it from here?
Yes, with your sword.
All right. I'll take my flail and.
Or with your flail.
I'll just swing twice.
Okay.
That's a 26, and that's a dirty 20.
Okay. You swing at the air. Nothing happens.
Yes.
Goes. Focus on your psionics.
I'll swing 2 more times and burn 2 psionic dies and see what happens.
Okay.
15 and another natural 20. Holy shit.
Okay. On the 18th, you with your focusing on your psionic die, you swing the flail, and as at the end of the flail, the wrecking ball of the flail, you can see this other silhouette of itself suddenly burst, like as if it's crushing the air, force its way towards the boulder landmass, but doesn't even make it that far. It just reaches maybe 10, 15 feet, and then nothing.
All right.
The second time, however, as you swing again, you can see the ball begin to ricochet a little bit, roll into the air, and make its way towards hitting said boulder, but only the top left corner of said boulder.
Is it the flail itself, or is it the psionic energy that hits it?
It is the psionic energy that hits it. As it hits the other side of the boulder and roll damage.
Okay. It's another 2d8. 19 point. No, not 19. Sorry. Oh my god, that's another 33 points of damage.
Okay. You hit the side of the boulder, and it begins to crack a little bit, and that side begins to fall into the ocean. He goes, decent. Well, it seems that you have a basis of what you're trying to accomplish.
I didn't think that was possible until you swung at me from a greater distance. Huh.
Well, you cannot reliably... it seems you cannot reliably do this, but given a chance, it may or may not happen. But keep training using your psionic energy, and eventually you will become more accustomed to manipulating that around us.
Thank you for taking the time to show me, Captain.
Carry on. And then the crew immediately goes back to their stations and
Okay,
leaving you there.
I'll burn all my psionic dies and just keep practicing.
Okay, so as you keep practicing, you do it like 1 or 2 more times, and then you can't do them anymore. It seems that they're very high cost as of right now from your level. And
Yeah.
and at least for the distance strike, you seem to be able to do that the best. The rest are kind of hit and miss, and mostly misses.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah. So you guys are left amongst yourselves for the rest of the day. Your last day.
Well done, Amar. That was quite impressive.
I didn't think that was possible. Thank you for vouching for me.
I remember you wanted to receive some training, possibly, from him. And you hadn't already, so I figured last chance.
I wonder what else I wonder what else I can do with this. I take out the rock again. Still that same crack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you make a shield like they can?
Let's see. I'll use my 1 psionic recovery that I have
Okay.
to give myself a psionic die, and I'll try to shield myself with it.
Very well. In that case, I'm going to take my quarterstaff and bonk Amar on the head.
Yeah!
Okay, make an attack roll with advantage.
Does anything happen when I burn the side eyes
Edge.
to try and shield myself with it?
So, does a 22 hit?
Hold up. I need to roll for this. Given the unpredictability.
22 does hit. If my shield doesn't do anything to help.
Okay. Let's see. Given... Okay. Wow. The dice do tell. Amar, all of a sudden, as you focus your energy into the stone that you are carrying, all of a sudden, Kate, as you make your surprise swing, a visible shield begins to apparate and blocks the and blocks the bonk attack.
And it puts it away.
What the fuck? That is.
Seems you can.
That's amazing.
More experimentation will be done later.
Yes.
Yes.
And for the record, the way I'm rolling this is, when you're trying to do these things, I'm rolling percentile, and I gave you a 10% chance. And I rolled a 4, like 004.
Yes.
Perfect.
Victory. We have victory.
So,
All right.
um,
And I'm assuming burning the die to shield myself is less reliable than using it to extend my attack.
for the amount of training you've done to extend your attack,
Yeah.
that one, yes, that one is less, blocking yourself is less reliable than actually attacking.
Okay. I'll just write down semi-reliable for the attack range, for the extended attack range.
And for the extended attack range, we'll work with the numbers later, but it's since you just discovered it, the number is really low. So.
Okay.
But even when you attempt to do it, you burn the side eye. So it's not like it didn't work and you didn't lose the side eye. It's more of, you try this.
What does it take to create the shield? Is that a reaction to being attacked?
Yeah, it's the same thing as casting a shield. So basically, the abilities are, in case you didn't watch the whole roleplay here and you somehow skipped to this part in the video, you burn psionic die to create a shield. You can also burn psionic die to ignore shields. Yeah, really good against wizards. You can also burn psionic die to make distanced strikes. And you probably saw from the previous encounter with Ezereth, you can use your psionic die to fly. You can use your psionic die to walk on water.
Very nice.
I am one with the Force. The Force is with me.
I am a Jedi! Yes.
So, be that what you will.
Now,
And I can
oops.
burn a side eye to ignore a shield?
Yes, but it's the relative numbers of it possibly happening are very low.
So, Awar, are you spent?
I just need to take a quick rest, but for the time being, yes. Give me an hour, I'll have them all back.
Because I was thinking, what if you could put up a shield for someone else? Since you can already kind of do that already? Absorb the damage kind of thing? Follow a similar logic trail there? But we can test that later.
Later sounds good.
Yeah.
For now, let us just finish our ride's day and relax.
Yes.
I am visibly happy.
Let's see.
And I'll just take a short rest to recover my side eyes.
Okay. Give me just a sec.
Actually, no, I can only regain my psionic die when I finish a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
That makes sense.
So, the day passes, if there's something else you guys want to do for the day, or you just want to fast forward.
At night, when everyone is asleep in our room, Libby's gonna sneak out.
Okay, Libby's gonna sneak out. Cool.
Don't
You-
be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
You make a stealth check.
Yikes! Big yikes! Why, Francis? Why? Why? 4.
4. Okay. You try to like sneakily close the door as you leave, and all of a sudden with the ricketing of the boat, you just slam it shut. And the rest of you don't wake up, but Libby is made a loud noise for a quick second. And you are outside of your quarters.
Going up to the
Quarters.
deck.
And you go up to the deck.
Just gonna plop myself down where I don't see any people out and about. And we are gonna try a new spell I just got because we're at level 10.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Commune.
Okay, so you're going to set up a ritual. What would you like your ritual to be?
Hadn't thought about that.
Are you gonna light a few candles? Are you gonna... Doesn't have to be like super fancy, but it could be you know, just small things.
Gonna set a little candle on top of a book.
Okay. Give me just a sec. Okay. So you have 3 questions. So
Yes, no, or unknown is
Yes.
the answers I can get.
So, as you light your ritual, you kneel down and begin to go into a prayer. You feel oddly enough, even though you're on the ocean, it's slightly calming. And in your mind, you feel as if something is almost tickling you for a little bit, as you see a black feather fall to the side of you, as what appears to be a single raven has appeared on the edge of the boat or ship. What would you like to ask?
Are you my goddess?
The raven screeches once in a high-pitched tone.
What does a screech mean?
I don't want to... I'm not good at bird sounds, okay?
Squaw.
Sweet.
Caw. All my bird sounds sound the same. I can't... but... He goes... And, in a single enunciation, as you get the sense that this is a... yes. A comforting yes.
Is my friend with you? Wherever he is?
The raven goes silent and the raven goes silent and cocks its head a bit at you, as it is somewhat unclear.
Okay. Was there a reason I was transported to this alternate reality? Do I have a greater purpose here?
The raven jumps off the side of the ship towards you. Takes a few steps forward, cocks its head a bit, and it is also unclear.
Oh, thank you.
I can't do that again. Hold on. I tried. I'm not Matt Mercer,
Beautiful.
guys. I'm sorry.
Beautiful.
Yes, as the raven flies away, and you turn around to see if it's flying in a particular direction, and it's gone.
Well, at least I know I can talk to her now, but I don't really have answers on anything. I'm just gonna sneak back down to the room.
Okay. I'll say, for the purpose of this, you manage to sneak back in fine. You look in and you see Amar and Vrex being loud snorers, and it's good enough to mask any creakiness of you coming in.
Going to bed.
Okay. As you take your night's rest, the day has finally started. You'll get the benefits of a long rest, and at the top you hear ding, 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 and you hear the crews shouting, "Land ho!"
Well, that's good.
Well, I suppose we've reached this portico. Then we can get started.
Time to get a map.
Let's just hope we don't encounter anything too terrifying.
True.
So,
Here's hoping.
If
Event-
we do, we'll be fine.
eventually, you guys are managed to get to shore. Things being submitted. Some of the crew staying behind just to keep watching the ship, make sure nobody steals it. Cross, Crimsix, Ezereth, and Bryn all get off the ship. And Ezereth turns to you, Amar, and the rest of your crew. He goes, "Well met, friend. I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for."
Same goes to you, friend.
Yes.
Hopefully, next time we meet, I'll be a little more capable than I am now.
Well, if you want to put things bluntly, now that we're on this island, it seems that we are competitors now. So,
Could we be friendly competitors, meaning we don't kill each other?
for now, at the very least. If
Fair
you
enough.
choose to pursue this original crisis, as you will. But be warned, there's plenty of other folks out there who aren't going to be as kindly.
Indeed.
We'll keep an eye out.
Well, take care, all of you. You'll need it.
Again, thank you for everything you've done.
And then Bryn and Crimsix wave as well. Cross kind of he does the Squidward thing where he just walks away.
Yeah.
Yes, but as an eagle and not a penguin. So you guys are now in Portico.
Puerto
In Portico.
Excellent space.
Rico?
How much food did you manage to save?
Quite a bit. I'm not sure actually how much I do have. I got to the food stores before it sank, so I imagine that had enough food for the
A whole
crew
crew.
as well as us for at least the journey there and maybe a little bit extra. So I could probably gather that we have at least a week of food, if not more.
And I can make us
That's
water
fine.
at any time.
Can you make us food as well?
Water.
Well,
Water's
that'll
good.
stretch our supplies out a bit.
Yeah, we at least don't have to worry about dehydration nonetheless. Besides, we
Think
just
so.
hunt for something.
Be careful about what we hunt here. Apparently, everything here is dangerous, so
Don't worry. And then I pull out my Felipe. I have Felipe.
Rex, last time you ate food that we scavenged, you got a terrible stomach ache.
Oh, I learned my lesson and we'll cook it this time. Plus, we got water to wash it down if it's bad.
Cooking food is a good move to make. Perhaps we should try to secure at least another week's worth of provisions before we start looking into the mines.
I agree.
no. Hold that
Or-
thought. I'm gonna start pulling out all the food I have just to see how much I was able to rummage from the ship.
Okay. You're just going to count them?
I'm gonna try to estimate how many days this could last us.
Okay. Make a intelligence check.
Ooh, intelligence. Very good, very good.
And analysis
Ooh,
graph.
that's a really good roll. I like
Yes.
that. 22.
22.
Mhm.
Oh dang, that's pretty good. You you begin counting and just estimating between how much like physical food that will not disappear, that's not as a result of a spell. Just amongst the 5 of you, this could probably last you roughly 3 weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah. Given it took you a week to get into the dead zone, yeah, you have roughly 3 weeks of food left.
Okay. So we have about probably 3 weeks from what I can see. I'm just gonna start putting it all back in the bag of holding.
Yeah. 1 cabbage. 2 cabbages.
One.
3 cabbages.
My cabbages.
We are the Cabbage Patch Squad.
So I think we should be okay on food. If we really need to, we can get some more. And another thing that we need is map and as well as information. That's all we really need from this town. I don't want to spend more time than we have to here.
Agreed.
And I guess we should head to the nearby cartographer if they have one, and one of us goes towards, I guess, the head mining operational office here. Go discuss with anyone there.
I can go grab the map.
Okay. So roughly there isn't like an actual, okay, this town isn't really establishments. This is more of like makeshift housing that people made just to stay here for like a night temporarily. And it's the reason why it's considered a town is because of the number of people that are actually coming in. This has been designated a safe space. Kind of a unsung rule here. However, what you do find, talking with a few locals and looking around, you suddenly find what appears to be a kind of like a, I want to say that it's like, this is kind of too tense for the moment. Yeah, it's fine. You see what appears to be a makeshift tavern, probably like the closest thing you can come across for a tavern, and it's really just one person using this makeshift shack to sell beer, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And you speak with him. He goes, "Hello, friends, travelers, adventurers. Might I interest you in some information?"
Information as well as maps, if you have one.
Quite frankly, I don't.
Fair enough. Then information will do.
What information are you particularly looking for?
We are looking for abandoned mines that were abandoned due to threats underground.
Well, most of the mines here are abandoned because of the monsters that are coming out of them. And quite frankly, all of the companies have withdrew their workers from the area, seeking preference with independent contractors such as yourselves.
Well, would say clearing out a mine of these monsters, would that open up a new avenue for a rich room source?
Not exactly. You'd probably have to go a lot deeper than what you're talking about. These are no simple caves. These are tunnel systems and dungeons. And frankly, most of the shit that I get here, quite frankly, most of the people I meet here don't come back, for the most part.
Do they all usually head to the same mine or different ones?
Well, most people don't really know where to look, so they would just kind of wander about.
Do you have an idea of where to look?
That depends.
On what?
How much are you willing to... How much is that information worth to you?
How much is it worth to you? And I pull out 500 gold.
That is a lot of money.
Indeed. So, how much? Name your price. I'll match it.
1,000.
Oh boy.
Tell you what, 500 now. If the information you provided is actually information, I'll give you the rest.
How do I know you're gonna even come back?
I mean, once you tell us the information, so that way I don't just give you 500 gold and you meander off with it somewhere.
And if you pay me 500 gold, you leave and you don't come back and you're dead over there.
Well, Okay, 500 gold now. You tell us the information. 500 gold immediately after.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I hand him 500 gold.
You just hand him a large sack.
500 gold.
Damn, dude. Big
Bam!
spenders around
Bam!
here. Most people.
Give me that Gucci bag.
Yeah, there was a conversation about this on Reddit the other day, and basically, like, a gold is equivalent to $100, like in real world time. So I'm just like, you just
You
gave
gave
him
him $50,000.
$50,000. I'll take it. Thank you.
Now, the information.
Well, so Silver Legacy, a company that was very popular around these parts, a little bit more risque. There's in the mountains outside of Icarus Valley, there's a place called Ptolemy's Crater. And quite frankly, it is the most recent expedition that many people that has been opening up to more deeper parts of the underground that many of the other mines here won't really reach. So if you're trying to go the deepest as you possibly can, Ptolemy's Crater is probably your best bet.
Very well. And would you know of passage safest route to there?
I would say, but I've never been there. So from what I would recommend, if you can stick towards the mountain side, you could probably hide beneath the cliff sides for a little bit more cover. But you'd have to cross Icarus Valley.
And what's at Icarus Valley?
It is a... Well, it's an open field, and there a lot of battles seem to occur there. You know the story of the angel who got too close to the sun.
Not quite.
And he fell down because he got burned by it, yeah.
Smart man. Most people refer to this as a place where you are very close to... you're close to... Many people mark this place as a place of death. So, if you're going to try to cross it, you can either sneak past or fight your way through.
Are these threats from people or monsters?
From people, for the most part, because Icarus Valley cuts through the mountain range that covers this archipelago. So most people use it as a way to get from one side to the other. It's a big area, so...
And the people that travel through there are at odds with each other at all times.
Have you seen the bounties that the nations are placing on, finding them just a solid new resource?
No.
You'd probably retire for the rest of your life.
Well, how much would they be?
Depends on which country you're talking about. I don't know the currency exchange.
The one with the highest value is depicted on its wanting.
Bingo.
Which one has the biggest number?
Let's see. Give me a sec, guys.
Good.
You're making me dive into my notes, and I have too many tabs.
I dive deeper into the notes.
Too many tabs.
Tell me your secrets.
Oh, hold on. I can just do this. Probably if you're talking about pure wealth, I have to say that's a toss-up between... that'd probably be a toss-up between Neil, Nazafi, and Sameza.
And how much are they offering?
Roughly, well, Neil is offering what is most likely the equivalent to what is roughly the equivalent to let's say man, you know what? I'll roll for this. Neil is going for roughly 8,000 platinum.
Ooh. Okay. And Kate is like visibly like heart is pounding right now, like holy shit, that's a lot of money.
It's a pretty big resource on demand right now.
Right.
Let's see. Nazafi probably puts you at around 7,000 platinum. See, well, you know, Amistad is getting there with I think Amistad is trying to get it for like 3,000 platinum, but their trades were recently cut from Sofafum a few decades ago, so you know, these places are, people are competing.
Indeed,
So,
they are. And you said that Neil was offering 80,000 platinum for this?
8,000 platinum.
Oh, 8,000. Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, Neil is the richest nation in Al Kharid. But I digress. The king can do whatever he wants.
Indeed.
Now, friend, is that information valuable to you?
Is there anything we should be aware of while on the island?
Besides the fact that everything is trying to kill you?
Oh, no.
Exactly. You know, if
Anything
there's
weird
a
with
certain
magic?
plants we should avoid, certain areas we should avoid. that kind of stuff?
I don't really travel far from here. However, I would suggest not trying to scale the mountain. That sounds like it's just asking for trouble. Scaling the mountain is definitely a bad idea. I would say if you're going towards the northern area, I wouldn't really suggest that either. Like, well, you probably won't end up going there anyways because it's past Ptolemy's crater, but I wouldn't suggest going through there. Oh, and don't mind the other island, that separate island that you might see in different places.
What's there?
Nobody knows, but frankly, it's freaky and nobody wants to touch with it. It's it's an island that, just to make it brief, it's an island that essentially orbits this land.
So it just floats around.
Yes. And nobody really knows why. And because it's orbiting the island, there's not really a reason to go there because there's probably no Iridium. So I wouldn't suggest going there. Plus, there is a chance you might accidentally end up back in the dead zone when coming in. So hope you have a steady ship.
Fair enough.
So the island is off the table for the moment. Any creatures that we should be aware of in the general area? Like, for instance, dragon turtles?
Dragon turtles. Ha! Dragon turtles don't exist.
You would think so. Until you run into one.
Really? How did you live?
We had a bit of a savior, but...
Amen.
Basically, yes.
Sees your holy symbol. Amen to the Raven Queen.
No, like a singular, like a man, like a singular man.
You know, Raven Queen had nothing to do with it. We were saved by a warrior.
Oh. About to say,
Well, she
God
did help me
truly...
heal a lot of people, so... Yeah.
Well, God truly is a woman. That's pretty much all I know. Don't trust anybody. I think you got that right. You're decent adventurers. You had to be if you made it this far.
Out of curiosity, is there a large collective of people who have gathered together to try and dominate as one big group inside the...
None that I know of.
Alright, well, just curious.
I mean, there are big ships. I mean, well, most of the military-esque types that want to come in here and try to conquer the land kind of can't, because not everybody makes it through the dead zone. It's like walking into traps after traps, and they can't really bring the amount of forces that they need to really conquer this land. So most parties that come through here are small.
Fair enough. How long will the journey take if we want to go up to and inside Ptolemy's crater?
Ptolemy's crater is Probably. If you're walking. Yeah, roughly a few days from here. Well, actually, no. I'd say about a little more than a week.
Then we'll have to acquire some more supplies just in case.
Great. Do you know where we could purchase food specifically?
Well, if you need food, I'm happy to provide you what I have, but depends on how much you need.
Probably just 1 week's worth.
A week's worth.
Or the 5 of us, of course.
For the 5 of you, 1 week's worth. I would put that roughly 20 gold.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. And I hand him 20 gold.
Okay. And he goes down, he pulls out these what appear to be chests that are filled with dried fish, more salted meats, not many vegetables, but functional food to meet your journey.
And,
Hey, will those fit in your bag of holding, or should I put them in mine?
oh, they'll fit in my bag of holding, no problem. It's barely stuffed with anything. I
Okay.
just start shoving the food in.
Okay. You could probably get the food in individually, but the chest is kind of won't fit in the hole. So you just, like Looney Tune style, just pour.
Yes. Dump the chest into the bag.
Dump the chest into the bag. What a time.
Alright. Anyone else have any questions for our friend here?
No, not at all.
I'm satisfied.
Well, if there's no other questions, then it was lovely talking with you, but we have an adventure to go do.
Okay. Can I have the other half of the gold you're promising me?
Sure. And I'm gonna pull out a bag, and 500 gold.
Okay. Pleasure doing business with you.
Likewise. And I walk away.
And you walk away. Okay.
As we're just leaving, I want to try to get a read on the guy who was telling us the information.
Okay.
How was he holding anything back?
Hold on.
Vibe check.
Okay.
I'd like
Make
to
a
I'd like-
insight check.
I'd like to do a similar one, but in the chance of, would this guy willingly, like, do I get the sense that this guy would sell information about other parties going on, like, searching for mines? Like, would he sell out that information for the right price? Could I get that vibe,
Okay.
like that check from him?
Okay.
for that?
Make another insight check.
Cool.
Got a 14 for mine.
Okay. So for you, he seemed to be very pleased and excited with the money. You don't get the sense that he hid anything back. You get the sense that he was truthful. He told you everything he thought and believed. Nothing malicious.
Sounds good.
For you, Syrian, what did you roll?
I rolled a 18.
18. You definitely get the sense that he would rat people out for the right price.
Okay.
And given your criminal or
Given
charlatan
my background.
given
Yeah.
your background, you get the sense that he was definitely overcharging.
Mm-hmm.
But anything to him is more of a price. So you get the
Okay.
sense that he's a confident person.
Okay. When I get a little farther away, I'm gonna turn back and go back to him real quick.
Okay. Are you doing this like sneakily or?
No.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make sure of something real quick.
Okay.
I run back to him.
He begins like putting away his millions of dollars.
Yes.
Right.
He took the chest that you emptied and basically is using that to put in his coins.
So is the chest open, basically?
He's currently trying to stuff the
Oh.
gold into it.
I'm so glad I caught you. Listen.
Yes.
You
You need
are
something?
a wonderful con man, but
Your friend is
No.
very generous.
oh well, she just doesn't understand the ways of charlatans. But I will say you are terrible at some other things. I'll use unsettling words on him.
Okay.
His next save is reduced by 2
Got it.
as I cast Modify Memory on him.
Okay.
Yes.
All
My
right.
man, my
Yes.
man is manipulating
Yes.
this man.
You need to make a
Oh,
wit save.
goodness.
Wisdom
Bard
save
right here.
-2.
-2. Okay. That's definitely a fail.
Awesome. I'm erasing our conversation completely. And he's charmed for a minute. As I am erasing it, I'm taking one of the 500 the coin full the bag full of 500 coin away while he's charmed for the minute.
Okay.
So I'm erasing the entire conversation. He never had it. And the reason why he got the money, I'm going to say, is a group of adventurers dropped some nearby coin around by accident while they were running away from a neighboring group of adventurers, screaming that they stole their mine's money. They
Okay.
stole money from them while they were sleeping. And he just so happened to get it, and no one found it, as I take the other 500 gold away and run the fuck off.
Okay. Okay. About like as you run off, the camera looks back at him. he's like dazed for a minute,
Mhm.
and he's like looking at what he's doing. He goes, "Oh shit!" He begins like trying to like stuff the bag that he was already trying to push in, and he's like trying to like haul ass back to his ship.
Alright. I'll run back to the group with the money in tote.
So,
Ah.
Syrian, what did you check on exactly?
Here you go, Kate. I give you your 500 gold back.
How did you do that?
How? Simple.
Yes.
He's a charlatan, and well, he's took advantage of someone who was wanting honest answers, and I didn't like that. Also, that individual seemed like they'd sell out information pertaining to our group, so I did a little memory trick on him. He will not recall us ever asking for any information or paying for it. I took the extra 500 gold as a surcharge fee.
Hmm.
So as of right now, no one knows where we're going, no one knows we're here. And yeah.
Well, Syrian, that is appreciated. And I put it back in my bag. Put the money back in the bag of holding.
Okay.
For the time being, I think we should keep our gold hidden. We don't want to be flashy and draw attention to ourselves.
Says the one who just dropped 1,000 gold.
Very true. But I figured he was a nice enough person, so considering he at least sold drinks to people.
No, you have a lot to learn about the charlatan world. The liars and cheats. And
I
right
was
there,
tempted.
you got played by a fool, like a fool. But I fixed it.
I was tempted not to pay him whatsoever since he said not to trust anybody. Sort of out of spite kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's alright, though. I fixed it. We have our money. It only cost me a spell slot and 500 gold. And we're good. Now let's go to this crater and hope to God we don't have to deal with so many people. Let alone a
And-
terrifying monster.
if we do have to deal with people, do not trust a word they say.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone here is a cutthroat, just as our
Oh,
informant told us. So,
and if
Ah.
anyone... I guess we should come up with some sort of, well, alternative reason why we're out here.
We are here to clear out one of the current mines for one of the mining companies.
No, that's how we die. Again, everyone's doing that.
No,
How
no,
about...
I'm saying instead of finding a new source, we are clearing out an existing source.
Yeah, no, that's going to kill us as well, because that means we're going to a mine place, clear it out, and once we get done, there'll be people waiting to claim the mine as well and all the resources.
you could say that we're trying to acquire some local animals or plants.
That's
Or
what I was
collective?
thinking.
We
I
could
was
say we're here to
thinking-
map it out.
We're hunters, looking
Yes.
for exotic prey.
Bingo. Alright, well, if we're going to do this, then we have to do it right. I will be the one that is the explorer, and you're the group of mercenaries I hired to protect me, considering the fact I am wearing a two-piece suit. Three-piece.
Sounds like a
technically.
plan.
Alright. Then, let's not go with my normal name. You all can keep your normal name. I'll go with
Jerry.
Nigel... What?
Jerry.
No.
Oh.
Well, actually, go with Nigel Jerry Bigsby. Perfect.
Interesting name you've picked for yourself.
It sounds like some snooty prick's name.
Very well.
It does suit you very well. It has a certain je ne sais quoi to it.
Thanks? Oh, whatever.
Hey.
Alright.
Don't know if that was a compliment, but okay.
I'll take it as one. Alright. So remember, we're exploring group, looking for wildlife, exotic plants, and that should just be it. And remember, you're the hired help for me, so for that reason I should be doing majority of the talking, or Kate, you can do the talking as well.
Yes.
Alright?
Hmm.
I'm out of that talking.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly alright.
And if worse comes to worse, we just kill them.
That's what I was thinking, is if someone approaches, we just kill them. Since they're likely to do the same to us.
Well, if they don't buy the whole Nigel Jerry Bigsby, then yes.
Alright.
What about our rescuers?
Well, we don't kill them. They've said they wouldn't kill us.
For now.
Exactly.
But as of right now, they don't know where we're going or anything like that. For all they know, we're going to some wayward mine or looking around information and getting played like fools, and haven't found anything yet.
I'll have to practice as much as I can to get a grip on these new abilities, just in case.
My advice then is wait until I put up my Lehman's tiny hut. That way no one can see you flashing anything.
Very true.
And that way you're not spent during the day.
Right.
Want to do it right before you rest.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically for my extended strike, I'll have to be outside of the hut, because unless attacks can go from inside to outside.
It would be better if we don't do anything flashy in the middle of the night, like a beacon going off.
Focus on your shield.
Mm-hmm. If we find a suitable cave to rest in, then we can do that instead. I can just create a hut to block the entrance, and you can be as flashy as you want inside the cave.
I'm alright with that plan.
Perfect.
And then I guess when all this is done, have we started thinking about a plan to get off the island, get on a different boat to leave?
Well, that's where I'd ask a favor of you there, Libby. You know the sending spell, yes?
Yes?
Well, I am hoping that either Lawmaster Gusto or the Croc know of a teleportation circle within the region of Omnistein.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking maybe you could ask them for the location of one.
Okay.
Start with the Lawmaster then.
Oh, and Vrex, just as a side note, if we do get in any dangerous situations where you have to hit people with your crossbow and shoot them repeatedly, and you take significant damage, would you be upset if I turned you into a gigantic ape to beat people up?
Oh, an ape? Being tall and muscular? I'm fine with that.
Fantastic. Then I'll keep that in mind. Also, if anyone asks why we have a goblin hide, then we just say goblins are excellent trackers.
Ooh. I get on the ground and just be comical. I smell.
Please do that. Please do that whenever we tell that you're excellent trackers. They'll believe it even more.
That's good. That's good. All part of the plan.
Now remember, everyone, the perfect thing about lying, the only way it works is if we believe it. So.
Sure thing, Nigel.
Thank you. Help. I walk off.
I believe he is going to be a little bit derogatory towards us for the remainder of our trip.
I think you mean a little bit more, but yes.
Let's hope we can believe we'll all survive.
Very true. I think once we get through this valley, we could probably drop it.
Yes.
Because the valley is where most people are.
As you head towards the valley, you must first get through the jungle. And
Oh God.
as you walk through, entering the forest for the first time, I think it would be best to end our session there. Given the possibility of combat and stuff like that, and it's already getting late.
All that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. Yeah. Good job, guys. Anyways, that's gonna be it from us today. Thank you for anybody watching or listening that has sticked with us through the entire way. We hope you have a fantastic night. I can't talk today. And we'll see you next week with a new video. So bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.